Hiya John, just looking at this for you, mate. So I've got both images here, so I'll just drag on this ink one. And by the way, if you drag and hold down shift when you drag, it'll automatically put it in the centre, which is quite a nice little tip. So I'll just close that other one down. So we've got this one. So there's a few ways of doing it. Probably the easiest, well, definitely the easiest way is just to use a blending mode. And if you set it to multiply, see that there? Then that'll automatically remove all the white pixels. So you automatically get what you want, but in doing that, it makes a sort of red transparent, which might not be exactly what you want. You know, that's what I said on the phone about it losing its sort of vibrancy. So, I mean, if that ain't what you want, then you could always try one of the others. You know, there's loads of different ones. I think Colour Burn were giving me quite a nice. Oh, that's soft light, hard light. Have a little play around with them, because sometimes in there you hit upon one that just does exactly what you want. So that's one of the ways. So I'll just return that to normal. The other way is to do this. So if you right click on the layer, on this ink layer, so if you right click and choose blending options, and then you've got this bit here where you can sort of remove the white and blacks from an image. So using this, so this top bar there, so it says this layer, or you can do the underlying layer, but we want to do this layer. And if you just move that slider, it'll gradually take out the white. You can see what's happening now, it's taking out the white. So you just move that slider until it get to a point where you've removed all the white you want. Obviously, some of the red's got white in it, so you're going to end up with a little bit of oddity there. But if you just get it to sort of stage where you want, maybe about there, and then if you hold down the Alt key, which is 2 keys away from the space bar, and click on this little marker here, see how it's separating? And what that does is it sort of gives you just a bit more sort of fine control. So see how it's smoothed out all those areas that looked a bit ugly before? And then just click OK. So that's another way of doing it, and so then you keep your vibrancy, obviously, but then you can't see through it. So that might be why you need to use one of the a layer mode, a blending mode. Or you could do that, remove the white like we have done, and then you could just maybe just simply change like the opacity of it, you know, so then you can see through it that way. It really depends what you want. I mean, let me just bring that blending mode back. Sorry, I'll just return that to normal to bring back the white. I mean, another way would be just to sort of try and select the white, but in this case it's so fine you won't really be able to do that. You know, just using like the magic wand, you could try and select it. Or you could try and create a mask. Another way is to use the channels. And if you go through these channels and find one that looks the sort of strongest definition, which in this case is like the green channel, and then drag that to the new layer button to create a copy of it. So you create a copy of the green channel now. And then do image adjustment levels. And what we're trying to do here is make the blacks as strong as we can and the whites as white as we can. Might not work too well on this image, this actually. And then you can use that as a way to sort of select the image. So I'll just go back to the sort of RGB of it. And now if I hold down the command key and click on that, see how it's created a selection? And then I can just put a mask on it. So that'd be another way to do it. I've done that. If I hold down the Alt key and click the mask, there, look. So that's another way of doing it. So there's loads of different ways of doing it. In fact, that's given us quite nice results, actually. It's given me better results than what I thought. So that's just using the channels to create like a layer mask. I don't know if you're familiar with that. So it's a little bit more complicated, that, but it can be a really great way. And like I say, just go through your channels, just changing these eye drops, you know, these eye symbols, just to, well, the visibility of the channel basically, just to find the channel that's giving you the most you know, distinction between the two layers. You know, in this case it was green, I think, wasn't it? You know, so just that's one way to do it. Okay, mate, I hope that helps you. If you need to ask me what else, I'd quite enjoy sort of messing around in Photoshop. So if you need to ask me anything else, don't hesitate. Okay, cheers, John. Thanks, mate.